Hey guys, Alan Jimenez here, real estate broker and investor, flipper, you name it, I've done it. I've done new construction, old construction, bungalows, farmhouses, every single thing you can think of. And I'm here to teach you every single thing that I know absolutely free. I don't want anything from you. I hope that you subscribe so you can check out my channel and grow and learn from me, learn from all my mistakes that I've done in the past 15 years in real estate. So beyond, let's get started. If you haven't not, check out class 1 or 2. You definitely need to start there. Don't jump the gun because you're going to miss something. I promise you that. We're about to learn. Grab you some coffee. The next 10 minutes are going to be power packed. Let's go. Okay, today we're going to be talking about how to analyze a property's repairs. This is where it becomes very, very difficult. A lot of people are like, wow, I didn't know it was going to be this much stuff. Or sometimes they'll just like, they'll forget to add that stuff in or add their buffer. So I'm going to share with you some experiences that I have learned in the past. Now, this is going to be your cost. If you were to do your homework and find the contractors or work with some of the contractors that I already have, then these are going to be your cost because you're going to like, wow, that is cheap. You're not going to even understand how cheap some things can be. Let's get started. I got some notes here. Oops, dropped it here. Okay, we're going to get started with a couple of things that I do. First off and foremost, the most important aspects of a property is to make sure the foundation is right and that water is running away from the property. It is so important. Grade. That's what they call grade. The soil, it has a decline in it. It's supposed to be like 2 inches every 2 feet or something like that to make sure. You're like, why is that so important? You know, and this is going to be an easy thing for you to kind of look at. If you can't see it for some odd reason, have the guys, the contractors, just run a string in like 3 or 4 different spots, run it down, and that's the way it should go. Because I've seen so many people lay the grass down, lay the sod down, and after the fact, it has like a slump. And guess what happens? It gets drenched. It gets drenched in water, and then water can't run off. Mosquitoes start coming. Some of the grass starts dying. So it's just ridiculous. The kind of issues that can happen with roof. Did you even know that the foundation of a house can get corrupted by the water? It just hitting, yes, concrete is not like they say concrete. It absorbs the water and expands. So you definitely have to get that water running away from the house. It's just going to save you a humongous headache. So what else is super, super important of a property such as that? Then we're going to be talking about, how about the roof? Make sure that son of a gun is watertight. I mean watertight. Because if it's not, we have to take that sheetrock down. We have to take the insulation that's done and then redo it. And we don't have that money to be throwing in the trash. This is trash money. I mean, literally burning money in the trash. So you do not want to do that. So we already talked about, make sure that water runs away from the damn house. Get the hell out of here, water. Get the hell out. I love water, but around the house, it's a big, big no-no. Water coming through the roof. When the rain, make sure that sucker's, these things are the first things on the flip. So you want to check, okay, what about the prices, Alan? Okay, the grading is not going to cost you much at all. Couple of guys hammering it away, maybe $120 a day. 2 guys, $250. If it's a big house, you're going to get you what's that called? The little Bobcat. Let him handle that. $600. I got a guy go out there, knock it out in 2 hours. Boom. But it's he has that machine, costs $25,000. So let him make his money, get his rehab. About $400 to $600 is the going rate for the Bobcat. Now, the roof. The roof can get kind of expensive, but if you know the right contractors, can save you a lot of headache. A lot of headaches. So you can go, they sell them by the squares. They call them squares, how many squares you need. A good rate would be like $4,000, $5,000 on a 2,000 square foot house. That's the cost though, folks. That is your cost. Keep in mind, you do need to keep with the generic colors. If you're doing a flip like black or gray, please don't go with a white or some red or something like that. We need to think about the general briar. Make sure I'm staying on time. I got 5 more minutes. I'm trying to keep this down to 10 minutes. Okay, then what else? Okay, so now we got floors. We're entering the house. Good rate of floors is about $450. This is cost $450 a square foot. You're like, wait a minute, Alan. Wait one goddamn second. I can already hear you already because they sell them cheap as hell. But a lot of people don't forget. They forget about the installation cost that they charge per square foot, which is about $1 to $1.50 on $1 to $1.50, depending on the amount of experience that contractor has. And of course, this is cost. So then we have the glue. The glue is the materials that people forget. They're like, oh my God, I did not know glue costs $800 to $1,200. Yeah, unfortunately, you need a crap load of glue per like 200 square feet. You need one of those 5 gallons. So if you got 2,000, you need 10 5 gallons, 50 gallons. That's 200. So anyways, it's going to be about $1,000 for a 2,000 square foot house, just in glue, not installing, just the glue. That's what attaches to the wood floors. And then we got tile. So tile can get cheap. And a medium tile, we're going to go on the averages here, just average, say $1.50 a foot. $1.50 a foot, then you got the mortar and the install. So we're probably at about $3.50 a foot. These are just general rule of thumbs. This is general, average. You know, a little bit on the high side, but I'm going to show you at the end what we need to do to make sure we stay within budget, which is super important. Okay, then we talked about the granite. Now that granite, they have what you call fabricated granite, which is pre-made, and this is going to save your life right here. This one tip, if you follow, keep your cabinetry and your granite to standard. Nobody knows it's custom. Don't go over. If you say, for instance, they sell 11-foot slab, and then you make a slab that's 11.5 feet. Guess what? Now it's custom. They're gonna charge you to cut that son of a gun. But guess what? If you go prefab, they already have it ready to go. You go pick it up. It already has the edges, the bullnose, the corners. All you do is pick it up and drop it off. It just saved you a ton of cash. That right there will save you about $2,500. And it just saves you a ton of headache and time. That's another thing that people forget. They're like, well, you know, I'm saving all this money and I'm gonna make all this money in this flip, but they forget they have to actually work and, you know, putting time and working with contractors. It takes time. You could have been doing your regular job. But this is gonna, not only this technique saving you time and headache and money, it's just a lot easier to do. Am I staying with him? I got 2 more minutes. Okay, so then we're going to be talking about sheetrock. Sheetrock is super, super important. Sheetrock's all the same pretty much. They have some that are 1/8 thick or 1/4 inch thick, and then they have the green one that's waterproofing. So you'll need the waterproofing, of course, and I think it's about, I want to say $1.50 something. I'll look, in fact. But they have it cheap at Home Depot, and if you go to the convenience desk and you tell them that you want to start a company there, bring your DBA and your tax license. You can say that. That's another thing. Make sure you get your tax license before you start doing your flips so that you can save all these tax dollars and you're going to write off. That's another thing I need to add in there. That's just going to save you a ton of money. Get everybody to fill out a W-9 before they start working. They're not going to want to do it. They may or may not. Doesn't matter. Just put it out there. Don't even ask. Oh, I need you to fill out this before I pay you. Good idea. Okay, before you I need you to fill this W-9 out. Write the taxes off, folks. So when you get hit, you know, they're like, oh, wait, you got $10,000 of savings at Home Depot or whatever the case may be. I got another wholesale place that's in Northside Houston that you can go to. You save all these you saved all the tax dollars, and now you write it all off. So a double hit. Anyway, so we got sheetrock, then we got the painting. We got the painting that can get expensive, but, you know, there's a way to get around that. So like a 2,000 square foot house, we can have it painted. Now, well, there's different types of level of painting now. There's an average, substandard, and then there's that luxury zone. So depending where you're at, you know, it did what the customer expects. So you got to do your own now. This is an average house, 2,000 square feet. We probably get in and out of there $4,000, including labor and materials. That's our cost. Now, I mean, this is just bare bones, but these are thousands of dollars you're saving. So I'm going to stop there because I'm almost out of time in about 10 minutes. But I'm going to go ahead and break this off into part 2 of analyzing. And guys, make sure to follow me. Hit that notification bell so you can get free training, free tips every single week, sometimes daily.